Thank you very much for joining us here this morning. Clearly, it's all about what we're going to be looking at in terms of the Union Budget 2025. The hopes and prayers of 3 crore Indians who actually pay income tax rests with not Goddess Lakshmi, but with Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Now remember, she will be presenting her 8th successive budget, and India's salary class is expecting more than just a polite thank you for your taxes. Now, we at Mirror Now have gone through all your responses and suggestions and come up with 7 specific proposals which we feel should be a part of the Finance Minister's budget speech. First, the issue of standard deduction. Currently, the standard deduction is 50,000 in the old tax regime and 75,000 in the new tax regime. The wish to increase this to 1 lakh across both regimes. Second, currently, the income tax rebate limit stands at 5 lakhs under the old tax regime and 7 lakhs under the new tax regime, means that those earning less than this pays zero tax. The wish to increase the rebate limit to 10 lakhs for both regimes. Number 3, a much needed revision in the tax slabs, even at the upper end of the spectrum. For income above 15 lakh, a 30% tax is levied. It doesn't make sense that a person earning 15 lakh an annum is taxed at the same rate as someone earning 50 lakhs. What is long overdue is a reduction in this rate to 25% and an increase in the slab to an upper limit of 20 lakhs. Fourth, you're looking about that particular wish. It's mind-boggling that Section 80C exemption in the old tax regime has remained unchanged at 1.5 lakh since the year 2014. The wish here is a hike to 2 lakh or even 5 lakh for that matter. Fifth, under the old tax regime, HRA exemption is 50% in major cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata, 40% elsewhere. This is an understanding of what metros are in the country and does not include modern hubs such as Bengaluru, Hyderabad and the NCR towns of Noida and Gurugram. This must change. And sixth, NPS contributions offer exemptions up to 50,000 in the old tax regime, but there's nothing in the new tax regime. The wish, very simple, to raise exemptions to 1 lakh across both regimes. And finally, of course, the GST that currently stands at a whopping 18% on medical insurance premiums. This makes no sense. And even Nirmala's ministerial colleague, Nitin Gadkari, has written against it. In fact, at the very least, it should be reduced to 5% for regular citizens and made 0 for senior citizens. Now, the question is, will the 2025 Union Budget bring the much-needed tax relief for the middle class and the Aam Aadmi, the common citizen? Only time is going to tell, but one thing is clear. The demand for a fairer, more equitable system is louder than ever. Can the BJP afford to take India's salaried taxpayer for granted after its 2024 drubbing, where it didn't get a majority to form a government on its own? Well, let's hope this year the government listens and the promise of prosperity extends to every taxpayer and not just the poor or the rich or the farmer, that is. Now, of course, we've given you a lowdown in terms of how Mirror Now is looking at this, getting all those inputs from those suggestions and questions. But, of course, the key focus will be on what the Finance Minister is going to state. Having said that, cutting across to Nikhil Lakhwani, who's joining us from Safdarjung, in fact, outside the Finance Minister's residence. Nikhil, very good morning to you. Like we said, at the end of the day, it is the common man, the middle class, the salaried class rather, that will have a lot of expectations, apart from, of course, the Union Budget looking at various sectors that we're going to be looking at how the budget today, what will they actually, anticipate in terms of those numbers also. Having said that, what can you tell us this morning, Nikhil, as to what is expected? What is the wish for the salaried class?
Ever since the Prime Minister Nirmala Modi has taken over the government, there is no relief which has been provided in context to the GST rates or to the income tax slab. So for the very first time, people are eyeing on some sort of relief from the side of the Finance Minister as she is going to present the next set of budget today. Currently, we are reporting from outside her residence, which is the 15 Safdarjung Road. Here, many of the media persons have already arrived here, and as per the details, at about 9 a.m., she is going to leave for the Rashtrapati residence along with a team who has prepared the budget for the year 2025. So in a short while from now, we will get to see this particular place, and as per the details, she is also set to meet the president as well, and this is as per the ritual. And at about
as well, and this is
10
as
a.m.
per the ritual. And at about 10 a.m., she is going to reach at the Parliament, where the photo shoot will take place, uh, wherein Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will be present, along with the other senior officials from the side of the Ministry of Finance. As you have rightly said, that the GST rates are already all-time high. The income tax slabs are also something which does not really adds up for the common people. So this time around, the relief is very much expected, although there are many of the reports which are suggesting that some changes will be seen for the budget which will be presented today, but each and every detail will only be out once Nirmala Sitharaman start giving the presentation for the overall budget. Remember, in the last few years, there was separate budget for the general budget and for the railway budget as well, but it has been clubbed in the last couple of years. So this is something which will be included. Yesterday, we have seen that the economic survey is out, wherein in detail the capital expenditure has been informed from the side of the government of India. But today is the big day for the BJP as well. And also, to give you a brief detail, this is something which is coming in from the Election Commission. When they announced the Delhi Assembly elections for the year 2025, they clearly said that no announcement will be made in context to the capital city, because the model code of conduct is already in place, and this is something which may influence the results as well. This is the reason as to why we are not going to see any of the major announcement or the major project in context to the capital city. But apart from it, the full budget, the detailed budget will be presented from the side of the Nirmala Sitharaman, who is the finance minister. Apart from it, it is usually said, Nivedna, that the stock markets are usually the reflection of the economy. And if you go by the detail, in the last a month or two, it is not something which is reflecting very well. The shares are already all-time low. This is something which is a reflection of economy as well. So we need to see as to how exactly the repairing work is going to be done from the side of the government. The GDP expected rate, the growth rate is above 6%, but it is still very much low in context to the overall country's rate. So we need to see as to how much impact will it make on the share market, on the overall economy as well, because some kind of injection is also expected. In fact, a detail came out from the side of the Reserve Bank of India that they are going to inject 1,50,000 crore. This is as per the report. This is the need of the economy. So we need to see as to what exactly are the changes, what exactly are the major announcement which will be done from the side of the finance minister today as she is going to present the budget. Apart from it, the reactions will also be coming out from the side of the opposition leaders. Delhi, as we've already said, that Delhi is all set to go into the poll on 3rd of February. The campaigning is going to end, but we need to see as to how exactly the opposition parties in particular are going to give a reaction on this particular thing. But having said that, a major relief is expected from the side of the common people in context to the income tax slab, in context to the GST rates as well, which are already very much high. And as we have already said, that the share market is the reflection of the economy. So we also need to track as to what basis point, if or not, the share market is going to remain volatile in that particular context. So today is a big day for the Bharatiya Janata Party, for the ruling party. But post 10 a.m., we are going to see Nirmala Sitharaman. She is going to enter inside the parliament. But to reiterate all the details for the viewers who are joining us on the mirror now, currently we are reporting from outside the residence of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. This is at the Safdarjung Road. As per the details, at around 9 a.m. she will be reaching the North Block along with her officials, and there will be a photo opportunity as well. At that particular time, we have been given to understand that post 9 a.m. she is going to meet President at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and at about 10 a.m. she is going to enter inside the Parliament to present the budget. So this is something which is going to be seen today. But as we speak, there are many of the media personnel who have already arrived here. In a moment from now, we will see as to when exactly she is going to leave her residence to depart for the other places. Back to you.
Inflation as well, and coupled with a lot of challenges for different sectors, with the aspect of the middle salaried class being, at the center of it. All right, we'd have to leave the conversation at that. We'll continue to track, but Nikhil, if you can hear me. All right, okay, we leave the conversation at that.